Do you want to come and lie down onto your backs for a minute, please? Okay, so just make yourself comfortable. Just before you ground your body, just conscious movement of dropping the shoulders down away from the ears. Slight gap between the legs and a slight gap between your arms and your body. Palms turning upwards, and just allow your body to ground. Yeah, so just taking away all of your thoughts from whatever you've done this morning, this afternoon and last night, and just become body aware. Now breathing in and out through your nose if that feels comfortable. If not, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow your body to ground. Now as you're grounding your body, just give yourself a global overview of how your body feels. So not focusing on anything in particular, just being aware. Now be aware of just any parts of the body that just might feel a little bit different. So as you're giving yourself that global overview, just think about how your body feels physically, but also how you feel emotionally, mentally. So just starting from the head, just think about any tightness that you have within the neck and shoulders. Just working your way down the spine. Think about any parts of the body that may just feel tender, but not focusing on those areas. And then again, just coming down through the pelvis, down through the legs. And again, just recognize any tightness. Also think about weight differences. Yeah, so some of you might be able to feel more weight on one side of the body than the other. So you might feel more of your left arm to your right, or vice versa. And also think about any bony differences. So again, parts of the bone that you might feel different from limb to limb. But also think about one part of the body itself. You might feel more of the ankle rolling out onto one side than the other. So really just start off just by being physically body aware. Also just take a few moments just to think about not just physically how you feel, but also emotionally, mentally. So just a couple of moments just to think about what's going on with your own thoughts this morning. Now just bear in mind how you feel this morning is going to affect how your body moves. Or how your body moves may also affect how you feel. So just a couple of moments just to recognize how, not just physically, but how you feel emotionally this morning. So start to become a little bit more aware of your breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose if that feels comfortable. If not, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And again, just recognize how you're breathing. So where you're breathing from. So is your breath coming from your abdominal region? Or is your breath coming from your chest? Is your breath smooth and relaxed? Or is your breath erratic? So with that in mind, with your breath in mind, keeping your awareness on how you're breathing, just in a relaxed breath, just count your breath in and count your breath out, and just make sure your breath is even. So relaxed breath that's right for you. Count your breath in, count your breath out, and just make sure your breath is even. Now, with that being said, we do try to aim for a 4-second breath in and a 4-second breath out. If that's too much for you, drop that down. If that's too little, take that up. But a relaxed, even breath. And just keep that rhythm going. So we're going to change your breath from relaxed breathing to conscious movements of your diaphragm. So keeping your breath even, as you breathe in, physically push your abdomen out, and as you breathe out, pull your navel in towards your spine. So keeping your breath even, as you breathe in, physically push your abdomen out, and as you breathe out, pull your navel in towards your spine. And keep that rhythm going. So as you breathe in, belly goes out. As you breathe out, belly goes in. So conscious movements of your diaphragm. And again, we're going to add parts to your breathing. So keeping your abdominal movements the same, at the end of your next in-breath, breathe out for twice the amount of your breath in. So if your breath in was 4, you exhale for 8. Still with the same abdominal movements as you inhale and exhale. So as you breathe in, belly goes out. And use the pulling in of the navel to help you have that long out breath. And again, keep that rhythm going. Now, for those people that are comfortable with this breath, just stay with this breath, please. If you're high blood pressured or pregnant, please stay with this breath. Otherwise, at the end of your next in-breath, you can hold your breath. And you hold your breath for 4 times the amount of your breath in. So if your breath in was 4, you hold your breath for 16. You then exhale for 8. Still with the same abdominal movements as you inhale and exhale. So as you breathe in, belly goes out. At the end of your in-breath, retain your breath. And then again, as you breathe out, just make sure you're pulling your navel inwards to help you have that long out breath. And again, just keep that rhythm going. Now, if you start to struggle in holding your breath, or you feel any tension within the chest or upper body, just go back to your normal in and out breath ratios without holding your breath. And you're just going to carry your breath work on just for about another minute or so. Okay, so complete one whole round of your breath, please, whichever breath you've been doing. When you've completed one whole round of your breath, come back to unconscious breathing, so relaxed breath. And then when you're back to your relaxed breath, just gently take the arms over the head and just take a deep, long stretch. So when you're back to your normal breath, just gently take the arms over the head and just take a long stretch. Don't forget, once you've taken the arms over the head, just to point your toes, lengthen the body, push the heels away, and then gently bring your arms back down to the side of the body. So we're going to start from top to toe today. Right, so take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently rotate your head to your right hand side, look over your right shoulder. As you breathe in, back to center. And as you breathe out, rotate your head to your left. Now repeat the movements from left to right. As you breathe in, always coming inwards. And as you breathe out, always rotating outwards. And just allow the head to free move. So go towards where you feel a little bit of tension. And then roll away from that tension, rotating to the opposite side. Now just be mindful of any creaks and cracks that you get within the neck. Don't over-rotate the neck, just allow the head to free move. So all we're doing is just mobilizing joints, just mobilizing the neck, and just allowing the body to free move. Make your last one on your left-hand side, come back to center, and then as you inhale, bring your chin upwards towards the ceiling, stretch through the front of the neck. And then as you exhale, drop your chin to chest and lengthen through the back of the neck. So as you inhale, chin upwards, lengthen through the front of the neck. And then as you exhale, lengthen through the back of the neck, chin to chest. And again, just allow the head to free move. Now, if you want to get the stretch on the front of the neck just a little bit deeper, as you bring your chin upwards towards the ceiling, just push the chin forwards and you'll get a stretch on the accessory muscles of breathing. So as you inhale, chin upwards, and then as you exhale, chin down. Make your last one with your chin down to chest, and then come back to neutral. Coming down from the neck into the shoulders. As you inhale, gently take the arms over the head, backs the hands touching the floor behind you. As you exhale, bring your arms down to your side. And again, repeat with your breath. So as you inhale, arms coming over. And then as you exhale, arms coming down. Now for those people that are tight on the chest and shoulders, just bend the elbows. So just encourage the backs of the hands to ground. Yeah, so not forcing the shoulders into any position, just allowing the shoulders to free move. Don't forget, everything we're doing today is always about just allowing the body to free move. So as you inhale, arms coming over, exhale, arms coming down. And the next time you take your arms over the head, just stay there. And again, if you're very tight on the chest and shoulders, bend the elbows. So some of you will have to go into a U shape just to allow the elbows to ground, or an I give up shape. And just breathe into your chest and shoulders. Yeah, so breathing into your chest and shoulders. As you next exhale, just gently take your arms down to your side. Right, still coming into the shoulders. Take your arms into crucifix, arms out in line with the shoulders. And then lengthen the arms towards the ceiling. bring the palms together. Now keep the palms together. As you inhale, reach towards the ceiling, round your shoulders. And then as you exhale, just drop the shoulder blades back down. And again, repeat with your breath. As you inhale, reaching towards the ceiling, round the shoulders. And as you exhale, shoulder blades coming down. And repeat with your breath. Now all we're doing again is just allowing movement to come into the shoulders. So don't force the rounding of the shoulders, just encourage. So as you inhale, reaching up, exhale, grounding. So we're just trying to get movement into that mid-spine shoulder area. And just repeating with your breath. Now, as you next ground your shoulders, stay there. Bend your knees and place your feet flat to the floor. Bring your knees and feet together. Gently roll over onto your right shoulder, right hip. So roll over onto your right side. Now keep the knees and keep the palms together. So we're starting with that left arm in an anti-clockwise direction. In a nice big circular motion, come around the body, over the head, and then bring the palms back together. Good. So nice big circular movements. Yeah, so come around the body. Feel the resistance on the shoulder, come over the head, just feel the stretch coming into the shoulder, then bring the palms back together. Now when the palms next touch each other, change direction. So now come over the head, feel the resistance on the shoulder. Again, we're just trying to mobilize that shoulder joint. And then bring the palms back together. So nice big circular movements. It's a nice way also to work with your breath. As you inhale, arms coming over the head. As you exhale, palms joining. Now the next time the palms touch each other, stay there. Lengthen that left arm towards the ceiling. Take that left arm over the head as close to your left ear as you can. And then straighten your left leg. Now the left leg can stay grounded if you wish to, or you can take the left leg a couple of inches off the floor, but try to lengthen the whole of that left side. And all we're looking for is a stretch coming into that left side of the body. So left shoulder, left rib cage, left side of the leg. Gently bring your knees back together, lengthen your left arm towards the ceiling, and bring the palms back together. So starting with your left leg. As you inhale, bring your knee in towards your abdomen, flex your spine, and then as you exhale, just gently kick the leg backwards to extend. And again, repeat with your breath. And again, we're just looking for movement to come into the spine and into the hip joints on that left side. So as you inhale, knee comes in. As you exhale, leg kicks back. Now, any pain in your lower back, don't kick back the leg too far. Just encourage the movement of the knee coming inwards. So as you inhale, knee comes in, you're going to flex your lumbar spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to kick the leg backwards to extend. Keeping your weight on your right shoulder, right hip. So try and keep your weight on the right side of the body. again, we're just encouraging movement. Now, as you next kick the leg backwards, bring the knees back together. Gently lengthen that left arm towards the ceiling. And now just allow that arm to fall backwards. Now try not to go into the rotation to start with. Just allow that left arm to fall backwards. Get a stretch into the left side of the chest. And then make the adjustment where you come into the rotation. So now allow that arm to fall in towards the floor. Bring your head into neutral. And breathe into that left side of the body. So left shoulder, left hip. And just breathe into that twist. And again, just allow your body just to release. Yeah? Don't tense the body in any way. Just allow the body to calm. Just breathe into that left side. Now, as you next inhale, gently bring your knees back to center. And then as you exhale, roll over onto your left shoulder, left hip, and bring the palms together. Okay. So just come over the head first. So come around the body. So again, we're just changing sides. And again, just encourage shoulder movement. So as the arm comes around the body, feel the resistance on the shoulder, don't force. Come over the head and then gently bring the palms back together. So nice big circular movements. Yeah. And again, we're just encouraging shoulder movement. So also a nice way to work with your breath as you inhale, arm coming over the head. As you exhale, palms coming together. It's a nice big circles. So just encourage movement. Now when the palms next touch each other, change the direction. So now go in the opposite direction. So again, come over the head, feel the resistance on the shoulder, don't force. Come around the body and then bring the palms back together. So nice big circular movements. And just encourage. Now when the palms next touch each other, stay there. Lengthen your right arm towards the ceiling. Take that right arm over the head as far as you can, as close to your right ear. And then straighten your right leg. Now again, you can take that right leg 2 or 3 inches off the floor if you wish to deepen that stretch. Or you can keep the foot grounded, you decide. And we're just looking for length on that right side. So feel the stretch coming into the shoulder, rib cage, into the right hip, and into the right side of the leg. And breathe. So just gently bring your right knees together, or bring your knees together, sorry. Lengthen your right arm towards the ceiling, and bring the palms together. Starting with that right leg. As you inhale, knee comes in towards the abdomen, flex your lumbar spine. As you exhale, kick the leg backwards. And again, just repeat with your breath. Now encourage the knee to come in. So we're just encouraging movement of your lower back as the knee comes in. Any pain in your lower back as you kick the leg backwards, just don't go too deep. Just allow the spine to move. So as you inhale, knee comes in. As you exhale, leg kicks back. Keeping the weight on that left shoulder, left hip. And again, just repeating with your breath. Just allow your spine to move. Now, next time the leg kicks backwards, gently bring your knees back together. Lengthen your right arm towards the ceiling and just allow that arm to fall backwards towards the floor. Now just take a couple of moments just to feel the stretch coming into the right side of the chest and shoulder. And then make the adjustment where you come into the twist. So now allow that shoulder to ground. Bring your heads into neutral. And this time breathe into your right shoulder, right side of your body, right hip. And just allow your body to ground. So just breathe into that twist. Now, as you next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Right, keep your arms in crucifix, arm out in line with the shoulders. If you need to use a block for the head, please do. And just gently take your knees slightly apart. So knees apart, feet apart. Just make sure there's a gap between your knees and your feet. So knees underneath hips, feet underneath knees. So now we're going to come into the spine, into the lower back. Right? So keeping the gap between your knees. Take a deep in-breath. As you exhale, gently rotate your knees to your right, look over your left shoulder. And then as you inhale, back to center. And then as you exhale, rotate to your left, look over your right. And again, just work with your breath. Now, as you rotate, just allow the knees to gently fall towards the floor. Don't force the rotations. Just allow the knees to fall towards the floor. So not forcing again, just allowing your body to free move. So as you inhale inwards, exhale outwards. And we're just encouraging movement. So just allow the stretch to come into the hips, allow the movement to come into your lower back. Keep the shoulders grounded as you rotate. Now, any problems with the neck or any tightness with the neck or any discomfort, just keep the eye gaze in neutral. And just allow the legs to move. So as you inhale, knees come inwards. As you exhale, knees rotate outwards. And again, just repeat with your breath. It's a really nice way of working. Now, as your knees next rotate to your right, stay there. Look over your left shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. And just allow gravity to take place on the knees. Again, not forcing. Just allow gravity to take place. And breathe. Now, as you next inhale, bring your knees back to center. And as you exhale, rotate your knees over to your left and look over your right shoulder. And again, just allow gravity to take place onto that left side. So just allow the knees to fall towards the floor. Now just breathe into your chest and shoulders on that right. So just allow the shoulders to relax, allow that mid-spine to unwind. And release the hips on that right side. And again, just breathe. Relax your breathing. And as you next inhale, just gently bring your knees back to center. This time, bring your knees together, feet together. Now we're just going to repeat the rotations to start with, just a little bit of a deeper rotation, and we're just going to take that a little bit further. So take a deep in-breath, As you exhale, rotate your knees to your right, look over your left shoulder. This time keep the knees and feet together so your top foot will come off the floor. And then as you breathe in, back to center. And then as you exhale, rotate your knees to your left, look over your right. So we're just allowing the twist to be a little bit deeper. So again, any tightness in the shoulders, just allow the shoulders to relax. If you do this on your back in any way, just don't go too deep into the rotation. Just, again, encourage movement. Again, we're just allowing the body to free move. So as you inhale inwards, exhale outwards. Just repeating with your breath. Now make your last one to your left hand side and then come back to center slowly. Now keeping your knees and feet together, just gently walk your feet over to your right hand side as far as you can. So just keep the knees and feet together, just walk the feet over to your right. When you've gone as far as you can, rotate your knees to your right, please. Again, keep the knees and feet together. A little bit of a deeper twist. If it's too much, just take it off a little bit. Just ease off the twist. And again, breathe into that left side of the body. So left shoulder, allow that left shoulder to relax. And left hip. Now keep your feet to your right and this time gently rotate your knees to your left. So keep your feet to your right, but now just rotate your knees to your left. So we're going to take that into the side bend of the spine. Yeah, so again, just breathe into that right hip this time and right side of your spine. If you're comfortable looking over your right shoulder, look over your right shoulder. If not, eye gaze in neutral. We're just breathing into the side bend of the spine. As you inhale, come back to center. Walk your feet now over to your left hand side as far as you can. And then rotate your knees to your left. So left and left. So feet to your left, knees to your left. And look over your right shoulder. So again, I just want you to breathe into that right shoulder. Try to relax that right side of the spine into that twist, and right hip. So keeping your feet to your left as you inhale, knees to center. As you exhale, rotate your knees to your right. So feet stay on your left, just rotate your knees to your right. And look over your left side. So now we're into the side bend of the spine on the opposite direction. And again, just breathe. And as you inhale, bring your knees back to center, and then walk your feet back to center. If you need to release your backs, just hug your knees in, just release your backs. Right, gently bring your feet back down to the floor. And knees hips width apart, feet hip width apart. So bend your knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart. And and arms just gently just down to the side of the body. So let's just start to roll the pelvis. Yeah, so thinking of the bony part of your bum, we're just going to now to roll the base of your spine and roll the sacrum. Now, in a gentle movement, just as you inhale, start to roll the pelvis forwards, and then as you exhale, tilt the pelvis backwards. And I just want you to feel the roll of the base of the spine. So just feel the pelvis roll as you inhale, rolling forwards, exhaling, tilting backwards. And again, just think about how your pelvis moves. So this is all about free movement of the pelvis. Now, don't make the movements too dynamic. What I want you to do is feel that lower part of your spine, so the bony parts into your bum. Yeah, so as if you're self-massaging your sacrum. So as you inhale, rolling the pelvis forwards, and then as you exhale, tilting the pelvis backwards. And again, just get an idea of which way your pelvis likes to move. So does your pelvis like to move forwards, or does your pelvis like to move backwards? Don't forget to keep the feet grounded if you can. So you should be able to feel the soles of your feet. Now, as you're focusing on your pelvic area, what you need to do is just make the movements just a little bit more dynamic. So now you want the movement to come into your lower back. Yeah, so again, as you inhale, rolling the pelvis forwards, just a little bit more of a dynamic movement. And then as you exhale, tilting the pelvic backwards. And again, just get an idea of how not just your pelvis moves now, but also how much your lower back moves. Now, some of you will prefer the movement forwards of the pelvis, some of you prefer the movement backwards. So as you inhale, as you roll your pelvis forwards, you're going to increase the arch in your lower back. And then as you exhale, as you roll your pelvis backwards, you're going to decrease that arch. Now again, any pain in the lower back, just smaller movements please. Shouldn't feel any pain or any soreness. Just allow the spine to free move. Now, keeping that awareness within the movements, what I want you to do is, as you roll your pelvis forwards, follow that movement through your lower back and up into your mid-spine. Now, as you roll your pelvis forwards and pelvis backwards, that movement should go all the way up your spine, and your head and shoulders may move. So as you roll your pelvis forwards, it's just the pelvis that's moving. So as you roll your pelvis forwards, you'll increase the arch in your lower back. That movement will go all the way up your spine, and your chin will drop to your chest. As you tilt the pelvis backwards, again, you'll decrease the arch in your lower back. That movement will go all the way up your spine. And again, your head and shoulders may move, but your chin may come upwards towards the ceiling. So just be aware of how your spine is moving. Now, any parts of the body that feels a little bit stuck, that may be a part of the body you need to work on a little bit deeper. So as you inhale, rolling pelvis forwards. As you exhale, tilting the pelvis backwards. Now, as you next tilt the pelvis backwards, stay there. A little bit of pressure into the soles of the feet, and as you inhale, roll your spine, this time off of the mat slowly. So as you inhale, rolling your spine upwards, and then as you exhale, rolling your spine down. Now focus on the roll of the spine. It's not important how high you lift. What I want you to feel is each vertebra, so each part of your spine, coming on and off the mat slowly. Now, as you inhale, rolling up, and as you exhale, rolling down. And really focus on the movement of the spine. Really focus on each vertebra rolling on and off the mat. Now, as your spine starts to move, you may find that you want to come up a little bit higher into mid-back or upper back. But again, that's entirely up to you. You just be comfortable with the way your spine is moving. So as you inhale, rolling up, exhale, rolling down. And just allow your spine to mobilize. Allow it to free move. Now, as you next roll your spine down, stay there. Gently bring your right knee in towards your abdomen to hug. So just release your back on that right side. So let's come down to the ankle joint on that right side. Just rotate the ankle just gently in a clockwise direction. So nice big circular movements. Just try and get the creaks and cracks out. Again, don't force the movement, just allow the ankle joint to move. Especially if you've had ankle problems before, just allow the ankle joint to free move. Change direction, so now go into the opposite direction. Nice big circular movements. And come back to center. Keep the knee in towards the abdomen, gently bring your arms down to your side. Now in a circular movement, as you inhale, lengthen your leg towards the ceiling, point your toes. As you exhale, lower the leg, and as you inhale, bring your knee back in towards the abdomen. So nice big circular movements, as if you're cycling forwards with that right leg only. If you want to make the stretch on the back of the leg a little bit deeper, push the heels away as your leg comes up and point your toes as your leg lowers. But nice big circular movements. Now, any problem with the hip or the knee joint, or if you feel this in your back too much, just smaller circles. And again, we're just encouraging movement. Keeping your lower back grounded and just allowing the leg to free move. Now the next time your leg comes in towards your abdomen, change direction. So now go in the opposite direction. Lengthen the leg towards the floor, point your toes. Lengthen your leg towards the ceiling, heels pushed away. Knee comes back in towards the abdomen. Nice big circular movements, just in the opposite direction. Again, working with your breath. If you struggle in working with your breath, just keep your breath relaxed as you move. Now, as your knee next comes back in, hold the back of the thigh, hug the knee in, and lengthen that right leg towards the ceiling. Now, for some of you may wish to use belts. So if you need to use a belt, just hook the belt over the ball of your foot and hold the belt in both hands. So I just want you to feel stretch coming into the back of the right leg. Keep your lower back grounded if you need to. Now, if you want to make the stretch coming into not just the right leg, but into the hip or the left side, you can lengthen your left leg towards the floor. Now, if it's too intense, keep the knee bent. So we're just looking for a stretch coming into the hamstring on that right side. And breathe. We're going to take that a little bit deeper. Now gently place your left hand to the outside of your right leg. So left hand to the outside of your right leg. Place your right arm outwards in line with your shoulders. Now from the hip joint, keeping the leg straight, what I want you to do is turn your toes and your whole leg towards your left shoulder. So your toes and your leg now is pointing towards that left side. Now any pinching in the hip or the groin, just ease off a little bit, please. Now as you exhale, just gently take that right leg just towards that left shoulder and then slightly across the body. Just slightly, don't have to take too far. And we're looking for the stretch to come into the right hip, right side of the leg, keeping those toes pointed towards that left shoulder and coming across the body slightly. Again, if it's too strong, you can bend that left knee if you wish to. Again, you can use the belt. So if you want to use the belt, just hold the belt in the left hand and wrap the belt over the ball of the foot if you wish to. And again, just breathe into that hamstring stretch, not forcing, just breathing. Now as you inhale, come back to center, gently hug the knee in once, and then lengthen the legs towards the floor, shake your hips off. So we're just changing sides. Bring your left knee in towards your abdomen. If you bend your left knee to, right knee to start off with, please. Place your right foot grounded. And again, on that left side, just let's start with the ankle. So in a clockwise direction, just a rotation of the ankle joint. Again, just get the creaks and cracks out. Again, don't force the ankle joint, just allow the ankle joint to free move. And then change direction. Again, nice big circular movements. Again, just encouraging the ankle joint to move, don't force. It's all about body movement and joint movement. And then come back to center, keeping the knee in towards the abdomen, bring your arms down towards your side. As if you're cycling forward on that left leg. As you inhale, lengthen the leg towards the ceiling, heels pushed away. As you exhale, point your toes as you lower the leg. And then gently bring your knee in towards your abdomen. Some nice big circular movements on that left leg. And again, we're just encouraging hip, knee, and ankle movement. Now, any pain in the back of the hip, smaller movements, please, smaller circles. Otherwise, bigger circles to encourage. As you inhale and exhale. So nice big circles if that's what we're doing. As the knee comes back in, change direction. So now go in the opposite direction. Lengthen the leg towards the ceiling, point your toes, push your heels away as you come up, and knee back in towards the abdomen. So nice big circular movements, but just in a different direction. And again, just encourage that movement. Now, as the knee next comes back in, hug the knee in. This time, hold the back of the thigh and lengthen that leg towards the ceiling. Now, if you wish to use the belt, take the belt, place it over the ball of the foot. You can hold the belt in both hands if that's comfortable for you. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. And we encourage the hamstring stretch on that left side. So toes towards the nose, heels pushed away. Keep your lower back grounded and just come to that first part of the stretch. Now have a feel, see what your body feels like. If your hamstring feels okay and you want to open up the hip on that right side, lengthen your right leg towards the floor. And encourage the hamstring stretch on that left. And just breathe. Then we're going to take that a little bit deeper. This time gently place your right hand to the outside of your left leg, left arm outwards in line with shoulder. Turn the whole leg so your toes point towards your right shoulder, and then encourage the leg towards that right shoulder. So slightly across the body and then towards your right shoulder. Now you want to feel that into your left side of the leg, left hamstring, maybe even the left side of the calf on the outside. So just breathe into that stretch. Don't have to take too deep, just encourage that leg towards the right shoulder and slightly across the body. And again, it's all about just encouraging your body to release. Now, as you next inhale, bring your knee back to center. Hug the knee back in, just once. And then lengthen your legs towards the floor, shake your hips off. All right, so just take the legs slightly wider apart, just the heels to the outside of the edge of the mat. And just release the hips. So as you inhale, turn your feet towards each other, keeping the legs straight, and as you exhale, rotate the feet outwards. So just allowing the movement to come from your hip joints, just again get an idea of how the hips feel now, how the legs feel. And don't force the hips, especially if you have hip problems, just allowing the legs to free move. As you inhale, feet turn towards, as you exhale, feet turn away. Now, as your feet next roll outwards, just stay there. And just come back to your body being grounded. And I just want you to now make any final adjustments you need to be comfortable. And then just allow the movements that you've done today to just take effect. So again, just allowing your breath to settle. We've worked from top to toe today. So just let those movements just rebalance the body. And just a few moments, just allow that to happen. And just allowing that awareness to come back to your body. So again, come back to that physical feeling of your body being grounded. And just keeping that calmness within your body at the moment. So just allowing that calmness to stay with you throughout your day today. But just coming back to a little bit more of the physical feeling. Now just keeping that awareness within your body again, just gently move the head from right to left, left to right. Again, just not forcing, just allowing the body to move slowly. If you Again, if you want to work with your breath as you inhale inwards, exhale outwards. And again, just making the last one to your left hand side. As you inhale, just take the arms gently over the head. Just again, take a nice deep stretch. Just bring the legs a little bit closer together. Again, point your toes, push your heels away. And then gently bringing your knees in towards your abdomen to hug and hold. If you need to release your backs, please do. But again, just keeping that calmness within your body. Just allow your thoughts to regather. Just take a few moments just to spend time with your own thoughts. And just mentally preparing yourself perhaps to go back outside to the real world. Now when you feel that you're ready to, just gently rolling over onto your right hand side, make a pillow with the hands, just a couple of moments there to regather your thoughts. And then when again you feel you're ready to, just taking your time using your left hand to push upwards, just come up slowly to an easy cross-leg position.